Hey everybody, welcome to So this, believe it or not, this is the first video that I've recorded since after I reached 1,000 subscribers. Yes, it is true. It actually happened. It actually happened thanks to the beautiful, glorious people that you all are. Kaboom boom. It's literally been my life dream since I was like 10 years old. Well, 9 years old more specifically. Whenever I made my first YouTube channel, and it was just like me puppeting Puffles around and making a long 3-season long story arc. With Puffles. I did that from 2009 to 2011, and I got a lot of videos with a lot of views, but I never got like any subscribers really. And then the second YouTube channel, I got a few more videos with, like thousands of views. It happens, but it was more meant to just be like a place where I hosted like the demented, edgy, filthy Frank era memes that my friends and I would put on during like middle school and high school, and a little bit of college, but it was mostly like a middle school and high school thing. But I never really dreamed that that conlanging, that Elfwant Casanosha, Autojune, and therefore Elfwant Casanosha, would be a thing that would actually get me to 1,000 subscribers. And like, I know that it's really an arbitrary number, because not all of my videos get 1,000 views. Some of them get like a lot less, some of them get a lot more. But still, it's like, that number, along with being one of the two components for getting monetization on YouTube, is still, it's such an aesthetic number. It's a lot of people. It's 4 digits worth of people who have actually, decided to click subscribe and, watch my stuff, which is just completely wild to think about. And after grinding for 13 months, I started in November of 2019. I've been releasing a video once per week since November of 2019. Every single week. And then whenever there was a week where I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get anything good out, I still uploaded the I am blank do not cry kind of videos to, like, just so there was a video that week. So I think there's like 4 of those, 4 of them maybe. But other than that, that's coming up with an idea, recording, and then editing an entire video that's usually between like 8 and 15 minutes long, with several much longer exceptions, and doing that during pretty much all of my barely existent free time for an entire year. That was wild. It was crazy. And it actually, it ended up working. Now there's a lot of videos, there's a lot of inventory that anyone could go and just kind of scroll through, can kind of have on in the background, etc. Though I got to admit, a lot of the older videos, the audio quality and video quality was pretty trash compared to what I have now, and this isn't even that good. I'm planning on upgrading relatively soon. You'll obviously see it when it happens. But yeah, go back to those like oldest videos. Pretty bad. I don't even know how to fully describe it. I just want to say, like, thank you so much for being here, for subscribing, for joining the Discord server, for the few of you who have become patrons on my Patreon. It's just unfathomable to me that is actually a thing that is happening. That number 1,000 is like there on Agma Schwa, and I'm like, because this has been a pretty awful year overall, with the whole pandemic kind of wrecking the entire world for a whole year, sending all school online and, killing people. It's been pretty bad. And a lot of other bad things have happened in my personal life, whether caused by it directly or indirectly. And, just a ton of stuff has happened. And not only that, but I graduated from my bachelor's degree in linguistics, so technically I have the qualifications to call myself a real linguist. I'm not going to put it in quotation marks, though, because I'm not going to be like the real linguist, you know? I'm not doing that. We're here to fight against the real linguist kind of vibe. But I am now a person with a bachelor's degree in linguistics, a minor in Spanish linguistics, and a certificate in teaching English to speakers of other languages. And I started doing my master's program in digital audience strategy, which is like online marketing, which, you know, also applicable to what's going on here. I didn't do it because of that, not at all, but I'm definitely utilizing a lot of the things that I learned so far in digital audience strategy in what I'm doing now and what I'm going to be doing going forward, because it's helpful. It's very helpful. So there's that, and I've had a job working at a plant store, you know, throughout that painful summer where it didn't rain at all. There was no monsoon season, and so many plants died, and so many wildfires came in and burned down like all of my favorite places in all of Arizona. And it was really bad. Nature suffered, and I had to be the one there selling new plants to people who were experiencing the suffering of nature. And, you know, that was also quite difficult to do, and I worked there a lot, and that took up a lot of my time too, a lot of my time and emotional energy. So from doing school and then job and then all this video production and editing and meeting people and forming the community and stuff, and also, you know, having friends, it's been extremely busy, and it's probably the hardest I've ever grinded upon any singular activity in my life. Like, this AutoJune book I completely created over in this past year, you know? This entire YouTube channel was originally created as a means for me to document the process of me creating my language. All those first videos, everything going from November up until March, whenever I did my thesis defense, that was all stuff that I was just talking through to get myself more assistance in finishing the AutoJune book. And now so much has happened to AutoJune that the majority of this book is completely invalid now, and and I'm working on volume 2. So many things have happened, so many things have changed, and I am grateful for everything that has happened. I've talked to some great conlanging people, met some amazing people both on Discord because of the channel and just on YouTube in general. On Twitter, and on Instagram. It really all started on Instagram. That's where I went into my first like group chat of conlangers. It's where I met Cantwell and Salem, everybody else. Like, it all started there and then went off. So I've just met so many awesome people, and I'm grateful for them. So love y'all. It's just crazy. So thank you. Now, I need to talk about what Agma Schwa in 2021 is going to look like, because now we need to establish new goals and new standards for what I'm going to be doing. Because as I talked about, you know, the past 13 months of ramming out a video every single week, that's not entirely sustainable for a person trying to lead a healthy lifestyle. Maybe if I got someone to do the editing for me, then yes, it is. That would make my life a lot easier. Anyway, because I want my videos to be of a higher quality. You know, the more quality the videos get, the more happy I'll feel with them, the more longevity that they'll have with their quality, and the more people will want to watch them and therefore subscribe, etc. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to be releasing a video every single week, because knowing me, most of the time I probably still will. But if there's a video that I'm doing and I think that it needs more time to be edited better, to, you know, re-record certain scenes to just make it an overall better video, and that would require missing out on a Tuesday, then okay. If I have to miss a Tuesday and it ends up being more like sometimes it's every Tuesday, sometimes it's every other Tuesday, then that's fine. I hope you guys will understand that and not completely obliterate me don't pummel me for missing a week. I'm probably not going to apologize for missing a week so much anymore, especially now that I have the community tab and I could like still make posts in general to remind people that I still exist. It is easily possible to get on that way. In 2021, expect higher quality videos, perhaps released at slightly more spaced out intervals, still released on Tuesdays, but it might not be every Tuesday, so don't kill me for that. Second, the goal. I reached 1,000 subscribers. My childhood dream. That has been achieved. It exists. It is solidly a thing that has happened. So what is my next goal? Specifically, the next goal is a little bit more vague for you guys to see, but it's the last step in order to get monetization, which is 4,000 watch time hours within a 365-day period. Last I checked, I was at 2,704 out of 4,000, which is pretty good, but it's still not there yet. So what does that mean? That means more live streams, or NUS streams as we call them, because those live streams are, number one, they're really fun. I love just like getting the comments and just responding and talking to y'all and maybe achieving some semblance of a conlanging goal amongst all the talking to you guys. But it's also like a really good source of watch time hours, and those are going to happen still most likely on Saturday nights. Now, in terms of the content of the content, there's also going to be some changes. I have been focusing nearly exclusively on Auto-June for several years now. And with the coming release of Volume 2 of the book, I am pretty satisfied. As my honors thesis director, Dr. Ellie Van Gelderen, once said to me, if you want it to be perfect, you're going to be doing it forever and you're never going to stop. So you have to pick a point when you're going to stop and just call it good there. And I think the release of Volume 2 of the Auto-June book is going to mark the end of my time updating Auto-June. Yep. Now, does that mean I'm not going to be using Auto-June anymore? No. Auto-June is very, very important to me because it is the main lingua franca of the Fwanel Peninsula. In that world, Auto-June is a very important language to me for the storylines that I want to tell, etc. So it's always going to be there, but I'm gonna stop changing things about it. This book is going to be released, and then that dictionary that's included in that book is going to be the dictionary that other people get. Maybe I'll continue adding more words in the Google Sheet that's publicly available. The link is somewhere. You can find it somewhere. Maybe I'll put it in the description of this video. But yeah, you can definitely find the dictionary, and maybe I'll keep on adding stuff into that. But overall, I have to say, in January of 2021, I am going to be concluding my adventure in creating Auto-June. And I am not going to be leaving this world, though, because there are many other languages within this world, in the Cern-Cahelan language family, that have not been fully created yet, that I want to create. You saw, or you've probably seen, me creating Proto-Cern-Cahelan, and beginning the work on crafting its descendants. And there are several of these descendants that I want to actually fully flesh out. I am intending on creating as many of these languages within the world of Bez, the Elfwant Casanosha world, as I can. I want these languages to be around. I want them to exist. And therefore, at least with the story still centering on the Fwanel Peninsula, I'm going to need the Prince language, the Noshan language, the Paramachican language, the Fwanel language, specifically Ancient Fwanel, the Irken language, the Shomitek language, the Rixian language, etc. I could keep on going. all of those languages are languages that I know exist in this world. They interact heavily with Autojune in the history of the world of Bez, and therefore I'm going to be making those languages, and they're all going to be related. They're all in the same language family. Most of them are in the same language family as Autojune is. One of them is in the same language family as Pitham, but again, we'll get into that. We'll get into all of that. So yes, which one am I going to do first? I'm debating whether I want to do Prince or Noshin first, but I'm also probably going to do maybe a couple scene translations in Proto-Cern-Cahelan so you could get a feel for what Proto-Cern-Cahelan itself sounds like before we move on to the other descendants. So you're going to be seeing a lot of that. You're going to be seeing more specifically conlang driven content. I mean, I know I've been a conlang channel this whole time, but you're going to be seeing a higher number of conlangs coming out of me. So that is definitely going to be happening going forward, and I'm very excited about it, and I can't wait for you all to see what is going to happen in there. And slightly related to that, I am also going to be increasing my output of content related to, you know, both world building and just linguistics in general. The world building, again, is going to be related to perpetuating the story of the world of Bez, leading into me hypothetically, you know, actually creating these stories. I've already have the history created. I've already made comics and stuff about it in the past, but, you know, we're going to be evolving into seeing a lot more about the culture and what happens in Elfwant Casanosha. So that's going to be fun. We're gonna get kind of deep into that. And there's also other worlds that I've created and I'm in the process of creating. As some of you may know, there is the the Gambian Holiday universe that has not much at all to do with conlanging, but it definitely is some thick world building that I would love to shitpost upon you all, because the Gambian Holiday is just like one shitpost of an omniverse. I'm excited to share that one. It's a good time. I'm hoping to collab with more of the conlang YouTubers. I've already talked with a lot of them, and we're gonna have a good time in 2021 with some of the stuff that we're going to strive to achieve in terms of just, you'll see. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. Stay tuned to see, you know, who I talk with, who I interact with going forward in the future. And yeah, with the linguistic stuff, you know, you saw my video on ecclesiastical Latin with my good bud Jesus. Now obviously that video didn't perform extremely well because it's very different from my normal content, but I'm hoping to inject a little bit more real world earth linguistics content into what I release. Not super often, but just like every now and then, just to prove that like I actually have a linguistics degree and I know what I'm talking about, or to prove that I at least have friends that I'll bring on as guests who know what they're talking about. So that might happen a little bit too, but mostly focusing on new conlangs and more world building content. So I hope you're ready for that, because it's gonna be a blast. I am so excited, and again, so grateful. Patreon, that is something that I'm extremely grateful to have 4 patrons. Like, that is still wild, you know? It is a number greater than 0 that people are willingly giving to me. But I must shill for it. I don't expect to like make a profit out of any of this. You know, I don't expect to make a profit out of my book sales. I don't expect to make a profit out of Patreon, but you know, if you could help take a dent out of all the money that I've spent over the course of the past 13 months, that would be awesome. That would very much be great. And even more than that, I don't even really care about that so much as I care about the fact that, you know, people are like willing to do that. That's like crazy to think about. Like, oh god, someone is willing to be a velar nasal and give me $3 every month just to give me moral support. It's really nice. So I will greatly appreciate it. Now, there aren't really too many specific advantages to being a patron on my Patreon yet, other than getting a secret channel on the Discord server, which of course, since there's only 4 patrons right now, is not very great. So I was thinking, you know, if people wanted to have me do scene translations for them, that you either be a ngabra on the Discord server or are a patron, even if you want to just like do a one-time payment specifically so you can suggest something to me. That's what I think I'm going to do going forward. Now, there's a couple outstanding requests from people that I said I would do before I make this announcement, so those ones are still going to happen, but I'm just saying, like, future scene recommendations and stuff, either be active on the Discord enough to become a ngabra, which is what you get after you send like 1,020 messages or something. So it takes a little while, but you know, become a ngabra or become a patron, and then you can directly suggest a scene translation to me. That's how I'm going to do it going forward. I'm also considering using Fiverr if people, you know, offering my services, like, oh, I'll create a phonology for you for $1, or I'll create, you know, a grammar system for you for $10 or something. So I might also do that. I don't know how viable that is, if anybody's gonna want to do it, but I might try it out. You know, it might be fun. So yeah, let's keep on going. That's basically all I have for now. Happy holidays, happy new year. Let's get the hell out of 2020 and let's move on from this absolute mess. But I can say one good thing that has come from this mess is that I got to meet all of you guys. I got to get to 1,000 subscribers. Ugh. So it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad. We have a community now, and our community is awesome. We've been called the shit posters of the conlang community, which I'd like to call it more the conlangers who like to have fun. But I'll take shit posters. I will definitely take shit posters any day. I am definitely a shit poster, and I will continue shit posting, and I will make more and more advanced shit posts as time goes on. Just you wait and see. Just you wait and see. Oh, I have so many ideas. So many ideas and so many plans that are just oozing to come out of my brain. And they will. They will. You'll see. You will see. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I hope you're ready for Agma Schwa 2021. I don't think you are. I don't think you're ready for how absolutely crazy Agma Schwa 2021 is going to be. But yeah, you'll see. You'll see. Again, thank you guys so much. Love y'all. Love y'all. Everyone, join the Discord, become a patron. Tell everyone that you know who knows about conlangs and stuff to like, comment, and subscribe. Get ready to watch some live streams. Maybe, you know, help us get to the 4,000 watch time hours. Then after that, like, you know, 2,000 subscribers. Let's see how long it takes us to get to 2,000 subscribers. You know, let's do that. So just keep on like, commenting, subscribing, sharing across the conlang space on the internet, because we're going places. And I'm going to keep grinding, just probably not so fast that, you know, it decreases the quality of the videos. So again, it might not be every single Tuesday anymore, but it's going to be most of the time on Tuesdays and live streams on Saturdays. So get ready. Get ready. I can tell you're still not ready. Get ready. All right? That's it. That's it. Agma Schwa out. With 1,000 subscribers. That's the end of 2020. But only the beginning. Alright, bye. Mwah!